We got to report on what's going on over in Kansas City. So, Super Bowl, Kansas City, and apparently there was a shooter that injured multiple different people, including children. Take a look.
Mass shooting at the Kansas City Super Bowl victory parade has left one person dead and nearly 24 people with gunshot wounds.
The rapid gunfire sent thousands of panicked fans running for their lives. In an instant, the sound of joyous cheers and joyful chants were replaced with the sound of screams and sirens. Tragically, at least 8 young children, excited fans of the Chiefs, were among those wounded.
We have team coverage of this deadly shooting. Chris Wolf gathering reaction for us tonight. But first, here's what we know about today's attack. It was nearing the end of the Chiefs' victory parade. Hundreds of thousands had gathered in downtown Kansas City to cheer on the team, when suddenly...
That sound crazy, man. That sound absolutely crazy.
Phones capture the gunshots in the crowd just outside of Union Station.
We just heard this big, loud bang, and everyone was just told to get down on the ground and get close. So I grabbed my son and we got close to the fence.
Police swarmed the area near the old train station, taking 2 men into custody, while this video shows spectators tackling a third man as he tries to get away through the crowd. Paul Contreras was one of those good Samaritans.
I heard somebody yelling to stop this guy, tackle him. He got close to me. I got the right angle on him, and I hit him from behind. And when I hit him from behind, I either jarred the gun out of his hand or out of his sleeve.
Sadly, one person was killed during the shooting. She's been identified as Lisa Lopez Galvan, a mother of 2. Her son was also hurt but is okay. 2 of her nieces are still hospitalized. And they are just some of the 24 others wounded or hurt during this gunfire, many of them children.
We have had 12 patients that we have treated, 11 of which are children with 9 gunshot wounds. None of those patients, all of those patients we expect to have a full recovery.
At least 2 adults, though, remain in critical condition tonight. And while no motive for the shooting has been announced, it may be the result of a dispute between armed attendees in the huge crowd. KC's mayor saying what many Americans are feeling tonight.
Parades, rallies, schools, movies, it seems like almost nothing is safe.
A dispute amongst armed attendees in the crowd. That is the current sentiment, or what they're currently saying is happening, is that it was a dispute among armed attendees in the crowd, and the children are now the ones that are suffering from it. It's also been communicated that one of the main people, the woman that passed away, was a radio DJ host or a radio DJ or something like that. So she was a host of some kind of show, I'm assuming over in Kansas City. And so, you know what usually happens in those situations? The same thing that usually happens when a drunk driver goes out and hits somebody and kills somebody or whatever. What usually happens is it be the innocent people. It'd be the innocent people that suffer as a result of it. The woman, I just pulled it up, the woman that was killed at the Chiefs Super Bowl parade or celebration was identified as a radio DJ or a radio host. It says at least 21 other people were wounded in the shooting, including children and teens. 8 had immediately life-threatening injuries. 7 had life-threatening injuries. 8 had immediate life-threatening injuries. 7 had life-threatening injuries, and 6 had minor injuries. Lopez Galvan, whose DJ name was Lisa G, was an extroverted and devoted mother. 2 childhood friends that work with her at a staffing company told the Associated Press. They said that she had attended the parade with her husband and her adult son, and they were diehard Kansas City sports fans who were also shot. This is messed up, bro. This is absolutely messed up. And I don't like seeing anything like this, and this is unfortunate, but, you know, it's almost like we are our own worst enemies. It's like we can't get nothing right. Nothing ever goes right. It's just absolutely horrible 100% of the time, and I just don't understand why we can't just get it right. Why we can't just go out and celebrate. It's a Super Bowl. Sports is supposed to bring people together. Anyways, there was also a 13-hour barricade where 3 officers were shot. I'm sure that excites some people because a lot of people don't like police officers. But 3 officers were shot. Check this out.
Now to a collective sigh of relief tonight for one community that spent this day on edge after an armed man fired shots at police officers. Late tonight, that barricaded suspect was taken into custody.
D.C. police say the man shot 3 officers early this morning in southeast D.C., sparking an hours-long standoff. Here's what the frightening situation sounded like to neighbors. Wow. Leon Harris joins us now with more on how this chaotic scene finally ended. Leon?
Well, Sean and Jim, this standoff with police finally ended, well, more than 12 hours after it all began. Where it all began, on Hannah Place, southeast near Benning Road. The suspect, who was barricaded inside that home all day, firing at police officers, peacefully surrendered around 8 p.m. tonight. He's been identified as 46-year-old Julius James. D.C. police were serving a warrant for his arrest around 7:30 this morning when James fired multiple shots through his front door, hitting 3 D.C. police officers. A 4th officer was also hurt, but not by gunfire. Those officers were working with the Humane Rescue Alliance to arrest James for animal cruelty. When he finally surrendered tonight, officers found dozens of dogs inside that home.
There was a number of dogs inside there, and that was the reason that the officers were there this morning. You know, unfortunately, we did have 3 officers that were injured. Doesn't appear that they're life-threatening, but still is very traumatic for them, as well as their family, as well as the officers on the Metropolitan Police Department and the city as a whole. You know, these are officers that go out every single day, risk their lives for the citizens of the District of Columbia, and you know, it's appalling that what happened this morning.
You know, the interesting thing is that every day these guys go out and they never know. They never, ever know of whether or not they're going to come home at night. They never know. They have no clue of whether or not they're going to make it home at night. And they go to actually serve an arrest warrant or check up on or something or whatever. And a dude just start letting go shots out of the front door. Just start shooting through the front door. Amazing. Amazing. Anton, that's your family? What? It's crazy, man. But, you know, listen, it's sad. It's unfortunate. And I don't like to see this type of stuff happening. It's a very, 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 very dangerous job for a lot of these people to be on a regular basis. And you just never know, man, at this point. I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. Prayers up for your family, Mika. Absolutely prayers up for your family. You never know what's going to happen on a daily basis, man. It's like they go up. The police officer was your family? Oh, man, that's messed up. Too bad you got the flu. I might have to have you on after hours tonight, but you got the flu. I don't know. I'm going to call you after the show. We're going to talk about it. But, yeah, man, it's absolutely messed up.